God save the King!
The headline you mentioned seems to reference recent tensions within the British royal family, particularly involving Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, King Charles III, and Queen Camilla. Based on current sentiment and reports, there's no definitive evidence of a specific, broken, event tied to Charles and Camilla that directly impacts Harry in a new or catastrophic way. However, the phrase likely alludes to ongoing strained relationships, fueled by Harry and Meghan's departure from royal duties in 2020. Their public disclosures in interviews, and Harry's memoir Spare. Key points to consider. Family rift. Harry has openly discussed his difficult relationship with Charles and Camilla, notably calling Camilla a villain in Spare and revealing he and William urged Charles not to marry her. Reports suggest Charles was deeply hurt by these claims, and trust remains low, with the royal family wary of private conversations being leaked. Security disputes. Harry's recent legal battles over UK security arrangements highlight his concern for Meghan and their children's safety, which he feels the royal institution hasn't adequately addressed. This could be perceived as a worst outcome for him, as it limits their ability to visit the UK freely. Public projects. Meghan's new ventures, like her podcast Confessions of a Female Founder and Netflix series With Love, Meghan, have coincided with major royal events, such as Charles and Camilla's 20th anniversary and their Italy tour. Some see this as deliberate overshadowing, though it's speculative. Emotional toll. Sources claim Harry feels heartbroken over various issues, including stepping down from his Centre Ballet charity and the broader fallout from their royal exit. However, these are not directly tied to a singular act by Charles and Camilla. The worst for Harry narrative seems to stem from cumulative grievances, lack of reconciliation, security concerns, and public scrutiny rather than a fresh, specific betrayal by Charles and Camilla. Without more context, it's hard to pinpoint one event. The royal family's dynamics are complex, with both sides navigating personal and public challenges. The distance inside the royal household is developing, and the selections of some participants ought to trade the whole lot for Harry. The British monarchy stays the focal point of worldwide media, particularly due to current developments, the travels and activities of the royals, as properly as private troubles that have arisen, generate terrific anticipation. In this context, numerous contributors of the royal household discover themselves concerned in conditions that may want to alternate the path of their relationships and public commitments. Meanwhile, information about reputable events, travels, and choices that structure the royal agenda proceed to unfold. One of the most fascinating moments is associated to Harry's return to England, which has precipitated extremely good interest. Harry returns to London amid tensions. Prince Harry landed in London simply earlier than his father, Charles III, and Camilla departed for Italy on their nation visit. The timing of these dates has fueled hypothesis about whether or not father and son have met in the British capital. Although there are presently no confirmations of any meeting, the press carefully follows any signal of reconciliation or estrangement. Harry is in the United Kingdom due to a prison dispute with the British authorities over the protection he and his household require whilst on British soil. The prince continues to attract a courtroom ruling that denied his request for enough police protection. Harry argues that, due to his reputation and the media insurance it entails, he and his household are at danger when visiting to the United Kingdom except perfect support. The legal battle over security and its implications. Prince Harry's prison hostilities with the British authorities is no longer new. However, it stays a sensitive issue. The High Court brushed aside his request, arguing that the prince misplaced his proper to extraordinary protection after his selection to step down from royal responsibilities in 2020. While the prince continues his combat in the courts, media interest on him would not wane. In this regard, insurance of his return to London and his interactions with the royal household has been intense. The stress for the decision of this conflict, coupled with household tensions, stays one of the most necessary troubles in his public life.